Hey everyone, welcome back to High Ground Podcast. Once again joined by myself, Landon, and our mascot Shadow, who will be revealed after 100,000 subscribers. Without further ado, Landon, what are we talking about?
We are going to be reviewing Elio, the movie that came out recently, 2025. It's the newest Pixar movie. Elio it was directed by Adrian Molina, Madeline Sherifian, and Domi Shi. I'm not really good at reading, so if I pronounce your name wrong, I am completely sorry. Stars Jonas Kieber, see what I mean? Zoe Gamora.
Oh, Zoe. Yeah.
Yeah, she plays Olga, and then Remy Edgarly. So those are the people that are starring in the movie. This movie has a 7.1 on IMDb. It has a 3.5 on Letterboxd. And then it has the Rotten Tomatoes score is not on here. Wow. Oh, there we go. 83% on Rotten Tomatoes. Zach, what is your rating for this movie?
So I gave it a 7.6 out of 10. This is definitely a movie I wasn't expecting to like so much, which I'll elaborate that in a minute. But overall, I was really impressed. I rated it higher than I thought I was going to. But that being said, what is your rating, Landon?
So I gave it a 7.3. Yeah, I get that. Yeah, it's a Pixar movie. It's a kids movie. You come in not really expecting much. But yeah, I really enjoyed this movie. Zach, do you recommend this movie?
Yes. Yeah, especially if you and that's whether you have a family and you're looking for a good family movie, or if you're just want a movie. This is a good just all around audience movie. I feel like it can kind of hit with whatever age you are, which that's just the beauty of Disney Pixar anyway. But yeah, I definitely recommend it.
Yeah, so some news with Elio. So it is the lowest opening box office of any Pixar movie. It has a 23 million domestic box office and then a 37 million worldwide box office. Pretty low. Zach, why do you think it tanked so bad this weekend?
So I feel like there's multiple factors. One is it's just a big weekend as far as movies coming out, because 28 years later released alongside of this, which there's a lot of hype for that movie from a lot of people. So I feel like a lot of people went to that. But also I think ultimately it's just kind of fatigue with Disney right now. I feel like a lot of people are just kind of either on the fence whether to see a new Disney movie, or maybe they're just they're just not very impressed. So I think that could be a reason. I definitely think it's overhated. I think it, because I feel like they marketed it pretty good. Because there's people saying that they haven't even seen it marketed, and I'm like, how?
I know, because it was always at the trailers. On the trailers,
yeah,
we saw it.
Well, even just on TV, there's been commercials. So I think they did a good job marketing it. But also, it's so the whole debacle here is a lot of people are mad Disney's not making original movies, right? Because we talked about this with the live actions. But here we have an original, never done before movie by Disney, and it's just failing. And it's okay, so what is the answer here? What is the reason why we're not drawing in as many? And that's the thing, when you really look at numbers wise, 21 million is not a bad number.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good number.
That's still a lot of money. I know in terms of Hollywood, that's not great, for a movie release, but I mean, I don't know. I feel like I feel like it's a missed opportunity for a lot of love for this movie, because I definitely think it's, as someone who was once kind of I don't know, man. I'm not sure if this is gonna be good or not. Because I was kind of that way too, on the fence with Disney, and they proved me wrong because it was really good. So
yeah, I think so I believe, if I'm right, which I'm trying to find it right now, but I believe if I'm right, they need. So the budget was 150 million, and they needed 300 to break even, and they are going to have
it's going to underperform probably.
Yeah. But yeah, like you said, there's a lot happening this weekend. 28 years, Game 7. How you feeling about Game 7?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I want to tell everyone out there, I said Thunder in 7, and here we are. So come at me. But no, yeah, feels good.
Yeah.
That's good. I mean, it was Game 7. And then just thinking like in the weeks to come, you know, we have F1 coming out this week. We have Jurassic World Rebirth next week, followed by, you know, Superman and Fantastic Four in the later month of July. So it's like, it is a big month, you know, for movies.
Yeah.
So, and that's every summer, but it is, I don't know. It's kind of weird though, because at the same time though, it's like, you know, it could have been a scenario, because like we talked about Thunderbolts in the past, that released alongside with Sinners, and then it's like, okay, well that kind of makes sense because Sinners like way outperformed what everyone thought.
Yeah.
And then Thunderbolts still performed, it's just there's a lot of competition. So I don't know. It's definitely a weird I'm kind of interested. I kind of want people's opinions of why like they're not seeing it, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, and I think a lot of people have like suggested that like, oh yeah, just the movie theaters are dying. It's like I don't really think that's it, but movie theaters are definitely trying to like modernize, and that will kill the movie theaters in my opinion. Especially our movie theater, they like redid the whole thing. It's like,
oh yeah, it's like where's
the
where's the classic? Where's the nostalgia?
Yeah, it's like the vibe's going, you know.
Yeah.
But what are some of your thoughts about it? You know, what's some of your funny moments? What were you like?
So my first overall impression, dude, that whole opening sequence was really good. Like it really already captured the Pixar magic of like, you're kind of entranced. You're like, okay, this is a really, you know, it looks good, but also like it starts out, we immediately find out Elio has no parents, and it's like,
yeah.
Oh, like,
well, classic superhero moment, you know?
Yeah. Well, and that's just a common theme with Disney Pixar is there's a lot of tragic like plot.
Yeah.
So like, you know, Up, it's, you know, he loses his wife, you know, there's I mean, there's a lot of Pixar movies, so forgive me. I'm thinking about, but you know what I mean? Like every one of them has some. Toy Story. Any Toy Story is sad, but it's a good movie.
Oh, you already said it. Yeah, Toy Story. You know.
But to that point though, it's like it is captivating because so what really intrigued me, and I've said this before multiple times on the podcast, anytime a movie has space involved, like stars or something, I'm already like, dude, like
lock in.
I'm in.
Yeah.
I feel like that's been ever since Interstellar, but I've always like, you know, space is cool.
Yeah.
But they did a really cool job, and it's because you're kind of seeing it through Elio's lens of like how he like becomes obsessed with aliens, and it all started with that beginning part, which also I'm like, dude, I wish I could go to a museum like that like did all that. I was like, bro,
dude, that's a nice museum y'all got there. It's like, where's this at in real life?
No, literally, like, I want to go. But what about you? What are some of your initial takeaways?
Yeah, I thought it was really good. I thought it was really funny. I thought Pixar did very good. I think, you know, I know you were talking about the animation after the movie, but I think their animation is just getting better, in my opinion. Like, yes, it's the same style. They have the same style with every single one of their movies, but each like new movie they come out with, it's getting cleaner and cleaner and cleaner. And I think that's a very good thing about Pixar movies is like the animation's very like, it's peak animation. You know, that's what they're the inventors of the 3D animation, you know. So like it's evident that they're doing very, very good at it, and that's something I want to give props to. But I thought it was really funny. It's a great kids film. Film.
Oh yeah, dude.
Elio's more like the outcast character, so you know, if you're a weird kid, you know, there you might relate to it.
Yeah.
This movie is definitely similar to Stitch, and if you watch the show Planet Sheen, which is the spin-off of Jimmy Neutron,
yes,
it's very similar to that. I thought his friend, Glorden, was hilarious.
Dude, he is, I think he's my favorite character in that movie, easily.
Yeah.
He was so funny, though. But yeah, that was really cool, because that whole story, too, because, like, from the, like, trailers and stuff, it's like, oh, okay, so he's gonna, like, be friends with this alien.
Yeah.
But, like, they actually like, gave him a story. It's like, oh, this poor guy.
I know. I was like, dang, this guy, like... So, we're just going to get right into it. Spoilers.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen the movie, go watch the movie, come back, and then at this point, and then you continue the video and the podcast. Zach, tell me about Glorden and that whole species and the space thing and this kid and his, like, let's be real, this movie's kind of all over the place as well.
Oh yeah, it kind of it's like, dude, it's like, okay. So with Elio, it's like, okay, you know, tragic loss, like you're an orphan, and that feeling of like you're alone. Yeah. And even though he has his aunt, which, you know, they kind of develop their family relationship more as the movie progresses. But, you know, to him, it's like, man, I feel like I don't belong here. Because like you said, it's like he's kind of the weird kid. Or like I literally, you know, I told you and kind of joked. I was like, Elio is just the neighbor's weird kid that your parents tell you to go play with when you're a kid. So, and I don't mean that offensive, but that popped in my head because I was like, that's funny. Like, I could see it. And then Glorden, you know, the whole other side of that, he has a family. He has both his mom and dad. But he is supposed to fulfill this, like, huge, like, expectation and, you know, become a warlord and go conquer planets. And he doesn't want to do that. He just wants to live as a kid. Like, he just wants to, like, he never wants to get in the suit because that's something funny, too, is, like, the whole, like, once you're in the suit, you can't take the suit off. I'm like, oh, Mandalorian.
Yeah. That's what I was kind of thinking. I was like, wow, all right. Way to do that. I really think it's funny because, like I said, it's spoiler, but at the end, when the dad was just like, bam, pulls it off, I was like, okay. Dad! He's like that? Yeah.
No, that was cool because that was unexpected. But it's so weird because, like, I didn't realize until until Glorden was like, yeah, we get in this armor and then this is like what we live in the rest of our life. And because at the beginning of the movie, like, I didn't realize the eyes were like digital.
Oh, yeah.
So when the dad did that, like, it was really weird. I'm like, dude has no eyes.
So how does he see?
No, literally. But yeah, that was a really cool. It was a sweet moment. It's like, and that's what's cool too. Is so the reason the dad knew Glorden was a clone in the armor is because he knew Glorden truly didn't want this life, which makes it even sadder because he was still going to make him do it anyway.
Yeah.
But it took all that for him to be like, fine, like, I'll get over myself and I'm willing to change or make its exception, like, for my family, for my son. And that was a really sweet moment. So yeah, there was a lot of emotional jaws in this movie that kind of like gets you in the feels, which is just Pixar being
classic Pixar, you know, making you feel, you know. But tell me about those clones, dude. Like,
dude, okay,
especially Elio's clone.
I did not. So that was a fun surprise in the movie because I didn't expect that, but also, like, it was so funny and so well done because it was almost like borderline like horror, like the way
it's kind of like Terminator.
Kind of, yeah. Like, oh, dude, they actually did a Terminator reference.
Yeah.
When the clone died, he did the whole like thumbs up thing.
Oh yeah.
I was like, yeah, they did that, and then immediately followed with a Aliens reference because Elio was in the suit with Aunt Olga, and then he like jumps out.
Oh yeah.
I was like, yo. So I love when they do that. Yeah, the clones was interesting because all that, but then it was funny because Olga knew the whole time something was up. But like from the audience point of view, it's like, oh, she's just happy he's normal now, and like, yeah, you know, and all that. And then she goes to her room and has like this whole like conspiracy board, and it's like taking notes of like every activity, like everything he's doing. It's like, yo.
Yeah, because I was like, okay, your kid's weird this whole time, and now he's normal. I'm like, there's no way you're not suspicious, dude. Like,
yeah, no, like something ain't right.
And then they show the board. I'm like, there it is. Yep.
I knew it.
Like, I'm just there. It is.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. That too.
Yeah.
I like, yeah, like you said, that one scene where he's like giving the thumbs up, where he's like, cause I like how he's like, after they find Elio, and now there's two of them, but one of them's a clone. He's like, well, I think I'm gonna decompress now. You can put me over a plant, you know, very healthy. You know? Yeah. Like, wait.
It's like, huh? The first time a clone is like, you know what? you got it. Like, peace.
It's like,
Usually that's not how it goes.
yeah.
No, it was really funny. There was so much good humor in this movie. It's something I really am excited to talk about, which we noticed right off the bat was a 100 men versus one gorilla reference.
Yeah. So, yeah, because like, okay, so like there's this like AI bot thing, or like, no, it's like the universe is like AI universe. And he's like, you can ask me anything. Who would in a fight? One gorilla or 10 chimpanzees? And I'm like,
did that just happen?
Did he just? It was like,
no, it was a surreal moment because it's like that just had to be like purely ironic because there's no way they knew about it. Because I said it's either they saw the trend and put that in real quick, or I just think it was just a happy coincidence, which was awesome because that was so funny, bro. Because and then the AI was like just disappointed. It's like. I
know, he's like any question, he's like, who win? Gorilla.
Which is funny because I'm like, that's just ChatGPT for like, us asking questions.
Oh, that's why they did. Okay. Yeah, I see you, Pixar. Speaking about Pixar, I am the biggest fan of the Pixar theory, and this probably fits sometime during like, I don't know, modern time Pixar theory. This doesn't really connect to anything because there's only like one movie that takes place off planet, and that's Onward, I think. So there are aliens already in Pixar. Now we know more about more aliens. I love the Pixar theory.
It's such a cool like. It's one of those things where either like Pixar execs are like they'll acknowledge some things or like like good job, you figured it out. Which in reality, it's just like, oh, okay, because like it all started like they're just putting Easter eggs within, and then like fans just like started trying to connect dots, and it's like I don't know, which is cool because like one day maybe we'll get like a crazy like Pixar movie that
Pixar movie stars Boo. The theory goes that Boo's the witch and Brave. It all connects. I'm just saying, like,
hey Disney, if you want $1 million idea, or maybe a $150 million idea, here you go.
You want to make up for Elio, get these movies connected.
I'm joking.
But are we? No, I'm playing. No. Yeah, I was like, that's like my favorite theory ever. Even though I'm like a huge Star Wars, Marvel, DC fan. I love the Pixar theory the most.
Oh yeah, they're just I don't know. Pixar is just like because Disney as a whole is cool, right? But I've always got I feel like some of my favorite movies are Pixar movies because they've always stood out. They're just so unique, but also like there's something about watching a Pixar movie. Yeah, I don't know what it is, but it gets you every time, and it's like whether you're 5 or whether you're pushing like 71, it feels like you could still find some kind of connection with it, and that's beautiful, and that's why I love too. It's like the whole, do they connect? Do they not connect?
Yeah, and then, bro, if you ever want to like have a cool experience, if you're like on a plane and it's nighttime, watch WALL-E.
Oh, dude.
It's like the coolest experience ever. Like, yeah, I did that once. I was like, yo, I'm like there.
He's right up.
What are your top? What's like your top 5 Pixar movies?
Oh man, so definitely, and correct me if I'm wrong, because sometimes I forget which is Pixar and which is not. But Toy Story, really any of them. Toy Story 2 is my favorite, but just that because I grew up with Toy Story. Cars, Incredibles, Finding Nemo, and then Ratatouille.
Ratatouille. Yeah, that's a part of the Pixar theory too, because the animal has intelligence. Mm-hmm. Is this a coincidence?
I forgot Up. Crap. Honorable mention Up. What about you? What would you say your top 5 are, Landon?
Let's see. Up, WALL-E, Cars 1, Cars 2, Incredibles.
All right, valid.
Cars 2 is the most underrated Pixar movie ever.
Cars 2 is my favorite of the Cars movies. I'll just say it.
Like people are like, it doesn't make any sense. Exactly. It's a spy, like, Tell me a sequel that is a complete
Bro,
180
we
on
had
itself.
James Bond cars.
Exactly.
Like, what more do you want, bro?
It's literally...
We have Toe Mater with a literal machine gun. Like,
back to Elio though, bro.
Yeah.
This dude's freaking like the leader of ambassador of Earth now.
oh yeah, no, that was funny. I love, and then they find out he's a child. They're like, what?
Yeah.
No, my first thought was like, man, if this happened in real life, like with our generation, we're cooked.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Goodbye, Earth.
He's like, what do you want? Destroy it. He's like,
Oh my God.
bro, what?
Wait, pause. You can't
Wait,
just do that.
That's your home.
I know. Do it.
Like, just get out the way, you know. I don't like taxes. We're like, all right.
That's gonna be a great out of context clip.
Yeah. Cool, bro. Do you have anything else on Elio? That's a pretty...
Nothing too specific. Too specific with Elio. The only thing I want to add is just, again, like, the characters were amazing.
Yeah.
Really fleshed out, really developed. And the story felt sincere. It felt like it had a lot of heart into it. And that's where it's like, I really feel bad more than anything with it not succeeding as much is just, not even with Pixar or anything, but just the animators, like all the time,
yeah.
all the, because man, like they do so much when they make these movies and they pour their heart and soul out. So it's like, you always kind of want a Pixar movie to do good because of that. But yeah, I mean, again, I highly recommend it, and it deserves more love.
Yeah, I recommend it too. And, you know, with 4th of July weekend coming up, there's be a lot of families not having nothing to do. So I bet it'll get a lot of money that weekend.
Oh, yeah.
Because theaters stay open forever. Yeah, I don't, you know, that's a whole thing.
Amen.
Cool. You good?
Yeah.
All right, random question. Who's your favorite Pixar character?
Bro.
Yeah, there's a lot of them, isn't there?
On that, and that's like, I'm going through like favorites I just listed. I'm gonna say Remy the Rat.
All right.
That is, I don't know, that movie, like, I could watch Ratatouille any day of the week and I'll still love it, dude.
Yeah.
Like, it's such a good standalone movie. What about you?
McQueen. Lightning.
Ka-chow!
Ka-chow.
He's up there for sure. I love it.
That's funny watching Loki, and
Oh yeah,
you're just like, that's Lightning McQueen.
wow.
Wow. Y'all, we love Jesus. We love the Bible and the Word of God, and I'm going to be sharing the Word of God with y'all. So we're going to be in Acts 20:24. But my life is worth nothing to me unless I use it to finish the work assigned by the Lord Jesus, the work of telling others the good news about the wonderful grace of God. Y'all, good news, basic, pretty simple. Jesus came, he died, he rose, and it was all for you, for me, for Zach, and that's the good news, y'all.